In der Rua se vendes ministri e economises sotri. Dear Mr. Wilhelm Nest, Trade Councillor and Director for Slovenia and Kosovo. Dear Professor Christian Rupp, Special Ambassador of Best Practice Austria and of e-Government Austria. Dear members of the Austrian business delegation that is here in Kosovo now for 2-3 days. Of the academia, the business sector and universities. It's a 25. Actually, this initiative should be called DigiDays. 2 days program that will cover a lot of different aspects of the wide, ranging from chances to challenges, from the enormous benefits to the variety of risks that it poses. The program today will deal with different security, artificial intelligence, national digitalization strategy, competence and others, focusing on digitalization from different changed our life in an ever more accelerating speed during the last decades, and it do not have the capacities and the competencies to follow these rapid developments and adapt our legal to the changing realities in an adequate speed. Close cooperation on the international elements in working on common answers. That's why I'm glad that DigiDay business sector and public institutions. I'm sure there is a lot of common ground, and there are great opportunities for Austrian investors in the IT sector in Kosovo. Future-oriented society with a high level of digital knowledge. Let me thank Advantage Austria, in particular Director Josa Huruglica, as well as Professor Christian Rupp, Special Ambassador, intensive days. I would also like to thank all the high-ranking experts presence, and I wish you all a stimulating, interesting, and constructive conference. Thank you for your attention.
A warm welcome to the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Economy, Her Excellency Mr. Mieko. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Well, good morning, Mirman Jesse. Good morning. Christian Rupp, ladies and gentlemen, guests taken to talk about digital connectivity, but to also connect with our Austrian friends and make new friends. So this is a beautiful day for all of us. Information and communication technology, or what we call the ICT sector. And now our vision is clear. We have outlined it in the 2030. We want Kosovo to become a digitally modern country. We want an advanced, vibrant digital economy and an efficient modern technology. And we want our citizens electronic services and live happy and secure lives in the digital era. And we are working hard to deliver on this promise. Just a few days ago, the government asked our citizens to access digital services online through their phones. Now, what we are doing at the Ministry of Economy targets connectivity, connecting these devices. We've overseen tremendous investments in infrastructure, mainly in high-speed broadband and mobile. Penetration rates, broadband at 99.8, which could easily find even greater pride in the ones, the networks. Our talented and courageous youth have demonstrated tremendous a name for themselves globally. Now 70% of these export their services, and for certain specialized products, they are the firms. Now, we understand that we cannot be complacent. We have to keep moving in a rapidly changing world. Challenges, and we are working in education beyond the traditional schools, which have collectively trained over 5,000 young men and women in digital skills and specialties. So there's the Kosovo Digital Economy Project, which has trained 2,500 young people in digital skills, and supported by the European Commission, have been trained over 2,500 ICT specialists. And not only are we teaching things like big data or Python, we are actually providing them mentoring and coaching to make sure that each aspiring individual has the tools to enter the market, labor market, and become successful in the ICT sector. Working with the traditional schools, we have established a Kosovo Research and Education Network, or Kosovo Research Education Network data centers, cloud services, and they can also access the European networks. We're currently working with primary and secondary schools to provide the same connectivity and the Ministry of Economy is proud to have financed and built a technology park right here in Pristina. Tech Park Pristina, which was inaugurated not long ago, provides 4,000 square meters of space for the private sector, for startups and other through innovation. More recently, we have signed an agreement with a training park in Prizren, which is a tremendous public space available for our youth and for our growth. There we are going to build the center, which will be an idea hub, transforming useful thoughts into practical business. And to do this, we will. Now, since I mentioned academia and the private sector, ICT strategy, which will further elaborate our vision and our activities in promoting and upgrading this already vibrant sector. In this regard, we count on international cooperation and on ideas and the power of the private sector, not just in Kosovo, but across the world. After all, we are here to talk about connectivity and to connect. I hope you will have a fruitful conference. Thank you very much.
That you mentioned that technology is driving our economy. So many of you have, but our ICT industry brings 6 times more to our GDP in Vienna than tourism. So that you mentioned the digital gap, and we had the chance, and thanks to the professor's class yesterday, what shall we do, or what do we have to do to bring more skills into the mindset of the students. And Trade Commissioner here in Kosovo, William Nest.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Schnetzer, Deputy Minister Mieku, ladies and gentlemen and friends of Austria, On behalf of Advantage Austria, I would also like to welcome you to our conference DigiDay Prishtina 2025. Special thanks go to the mastermind behind the conference of the Federal Chancellery and Digitalization Officer, Christian Rupp. Digital technologies have changed the world in which we live and work. They touch many different aspects of our lives on a daily basis, from everyday tasks such as shopping to the way businesses and public services operate. Digital transformation is a top priority, and this digital decade will shape all. Administration is the basis for a digital economy. Since 1996, in Austria, but a reality. And delegations from all over the world come. If I may quote the e-government monitor by initiative D21 from Germany, 6%, and in Switzerland 60%, whereas it is 70% in Austria. Currently, over 2 million people in Austria are already and can use over 400 connected public services. And by the end of 2020, in the mobile eID platform. Naturally, government software, platforms, and technologies. The Austrian information technology companies and consulting sector are the most important drivers of our GDP, and with an export quota. We have a selected showcase here today. The 5 talk HPC1, Unix, and Open Research, plus we have a representative of the Austrian Institute. I would like to thank our sponsors, without whom it would not be possible. These sponsors are Raiffeisenbank Program and